hell is this armor ever good? Huh. Well, let's see, Marshall Historical, blah blah blah. Oh, it's an over Gambeson. Oh, didn't see y'all there. Hey there guys, Timballer here. Now, welcome back. As y'all remember, I was talking about this type of armor, but see, now, there was actually a type of armor in history, that of which actually was used, and that would be the over male Gambeson. Now, what were over male Gambesons? Over male Gambesons were a weird type of Gambeson. Why? Because they were worn over the male. Now, I did try to see if I could actually make this a little easier to put on, though I kind of messed up, so I sewed it back together, but you get the point. Now, anyways, this is really good armor, and it's actually estimated that Norman knights would have probably worn this, Crusaders, Saxons, Vikings, sometime around the later periods. And in fact, this can technically be seen in some Total War games. Yes, I hear you already, Templar. It's a Total War. That's a game. It's not real life. Well, you get the point. They try to do their best in accuracy of the type of armor and gear that it would have worn. Now, let me show you what I mean by being over a Gambeson. I just put the Gambeson on over both my tunic and my mail. Why? Well, it's kind of like this. The armor gets lighter in the process. And the process is, it can actually make it stronger. Why? Well, I hear you already, Templar. There's no way that can work. Let me show you if I can get my arms in here. You can see why I tried to cut it in part and make it an Eastern design model. Okay, there we go. Now, get my arms out. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is good armor. And let me just move this. I know it looks kind of stupid, but technically, it is good armor. And some reenactors do state that they might have actually warriors might have worn their Gambesons like this over their mail in order to stop a blow. Especially from said weapons, like a sword, and especially from a thrust. I don't know if that's true or not, but you get the point. As y'all can see, my mail is covered, and thing is, y'all can't see me. Y'all can't see any, you can see the mail because it's right here. The overlayering design model, which is supposed to produce, is supposed to provide this security. Now, I hear you already, Templar, security, what for? Well, imagine that you're a military guard of a city, and you don't want to put your civilians at ease. You don't want to make them aware that there's a battle on ahead or something. You want to wear this gear in order to hide the mail. Now, it is stated, though, that sometimes they would have worn this in the battlefield during the Crusades, especially during the time of King Richard the Lionheart. I can move. It makes it very easy. And the thing is, due to this Gambeson, it makes the person think I'm a foot soldier. Here's the thing, if I was a nobleman or whatever, wearing this gear, I could easily just ride up against him, cut him down, and such. And if I was on foot, I would wear this, and it can actually sort of stop the blow. Now, I hear you already, Templar, why wear a Gambeson over your mail? Well, it's kind of like this. If someone was to take this sword and bash me on my shoulder, on my side, or as well, even try and thrust into me, which we know that mail has a problem when it comes to weapons, most of them anyways, especially in later periods, especially with the army sword making a type of thrust with the double hand half sword. So, this is why they would have used it, and during this time period I can see why. It's a lot more easy for me to move around, and preferably I think I'd rather approve of this type of gear than, well, any type of plate armor. Why? Because plate armor is kind of heavy. And the thing is, I can easily move around a lot easier. I can easily move, as such, on the battlefield. Now, y'all can see why this armor was still being used. And the last time they would have used over Gambesons would technically probably be around, I want to say the Battle of Gotland in the Battle of Visby, but I wouldn't go that far. It's actually estimated that it might have been somewhere around the late 1400s. By that point in time, Europe is going through a Renaissance period and into a new period in history. So in other words, if you were technically in the lands of Bohemia, Romania, or any place that was supposedly not Western Europe, or if it was technically Eastern Europe or Scandinavia, then it was actually promoted that this gear would have been mostly worn, not the other way around. Now, though, I have heard that they would have worn, some of these have been designed with buckles and such on the front end, but these are technically very light gambeson. How so? Well, it's light enough that it's more meant for like a LARP event, but technically, these aren't meant for LARP. In fact, Marshall Historical makes these for a very good price. I will leave links down below for y'all, so that way y'all can understand more about it. As well, if y'all want to see more about it, I will put a link to Facebook, including Twitter, for y'all. And as well, join the order. That way y'all can be updated a lot sooner, both on Facebook and here on YouTube. And you can also help the channel grow. So like, subscribe, and as well also click that bell button for more notifications. And as well, hopefully y'all can actually catch me on more armor and weaponry very soon along the line. Anyways guys, this has been Templar. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day.